Some of my favorite projects include what is going to be the tallest building in Miami, which is 888 Brickell, Dolce and Gabbana. It's a branded building. It's going to be 90 stories and 11-foot ceilings each floor. So imagine that's really more than 100 stories if you really go that route. It's 1,049 feet tall, and I love it because it's going to be the first of its kind, meaning it's going to be a building where you can actually put it in a hotel program or Airbnb it, but at the ultra luxury level. There's nothing like that. There's a lot of Airbnbs here and there, but they're usually cheaper buildings, not something that an affluent person will want to stay in. 888 Dolce is definitely one of my favorites.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm Kristen, and I'm here with Raul Santidrian. He's a real estate agent in Miami. You know, we're going to talk about some super luxe condos, pre-construction, luxury listings. I'm very excited to get into it. Thank you for being here, Raul.
Thank you, Kristen. It is my pleasure to be here.
Yes,
So
and
I'm here in my Coldwell Banker office here behind me. Flashing some of the websites that I have.
yeah,
Pre-construction305.com for pre-construction condos, luxury listings Miami for single family homes, and condos305.com for resales, existing condos. So thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
yes, you got a lot going on. And I mean, Miami, I was telling you before the podcast, I love Miami so much. It's one of my favorite places.
It's my favorite place.
Yeah. And you grew up in the area, you know the area
yeah.
very well.
Yeah, I've been here forever.
Yeah. And tell us what kind of got you into the real estate business. I know that you had kind of an entrepreneurial journey right before.
Well, before I was in real estate, I used to own the largest independent or video rental stores. For some people watching, they probably don't even know what a video rental store. They've never been in one. So some of the younger generation. But in the 90s, I used to own Monster Video. And I sold it to Blockbuster Video in 1995. And then I got bored doing other business ventures. And then in 2004, I said, you know what? I like real estate. I like selling. Let me become a realtor. So I got my license, and I've been a licensed realtor since 2004. That's 21 years now. And I love it. I mean, I've seen Miami transform into the most interesting city in the world. And that's not just my opinion. Everybody wants to live here. You have Citadel moving, Ken Griffin moving over here in his entire operation. So many billionaires are buying homes, $50, $100 million in Miami. And I never imagined that would be possible, but it's happening right in front of my eyes.
Yeah, incredible. And you work with luxury clientele, and you tell us more about the different areas that you work with.
Well, I pretty much sell all over Miami. If I'm taking a listing of a multi-million-dollar home, I prefer certain areas like Coral Gables, Pinecrest, Miami Beach. But with buyers that are buying a second home or even a primary home of pre-construction condos, anything that is luxury and anything that I feel like is a reputable developer and that my clients are going to be satisfied, I dive into it. In pre-construction305.com, I have more than 60 projects at the moment that I'm featuring, and it has to be of quality to get to my website, because I'm not going to sell something that is going to disappoint somebody once they get handed the keys. So some of my favorite projects include what is going to be the tallest building in Miami, which is 888 Brickell, Dolce and Gabbana.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
It's a branded building. It's going to be 90 stories and 11-foot ceilings each floor. So imagine that's really more than 100 stories if you really go that route. It's 1,049 feet tall, and I love it because it's going to be the first of its kind. Meaning, it's going to be a building where you can actually put it in a hotel program or Airbnb it, but at the ultra luxury level. There's nothing like that. There's a lot of Airbnbs here and there, but they're usually cheaper buildings, not something that an affluent person will want to stay in. 888 Dolce is definitely one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites in Brickell is also 1428 Brickell. It's another building that, somebody is going to be blown away by the finishes. It's a traditional building. It's not the kind of building that you can rent out on a day by day like you do with Dolce, but it's more of a home where you actually make your home, and you can lease it, but for 6 months, 12 months. And then on the beach, my absolute favorite is the Ritz-Carlton Residences South Beach. It's a boutique building, only 30 units, but it's got the Ritz-Carlton name, and it's right on South Beach on 16th and Collins. It's just amazing. But there's so many. I could be here for hours telling you about all the buildings that I'm selling, and to choose a very favorite one is very difficult. I think I gravitated to 888 Brickell because it's got the title of the tallest building in Miami. So for some reason that rattles my cage.
I mean, it's so impressive. You are the guy when it comes to luxury properties in Miami. How did you build this up? Like, when you first started in real estate, how did you build your network?
I was lucky enough that in 1997, out of curiosity, when the internet started becoming the internet, before Facebook existed, probably Zuckerberg was probably like 12 years old. And I don't know how old he is, but I mean, before Facebook, before YouTube, before a lot of different things that we now have, like, a staple, a normal thing. In 1997, there was something called Netscape, and that was the browser at the time. There was no Google Chrome or none of that. And Netscape had a tutorial on how to build websites built into it. And I got curious, and I started teaching myself how to build websites and how to program at the amateur level. When I became a real estate agent, I was already pretty much an expert at building websites. So I never really needed a webmaster to build my websites. And I think that was an edge. I also understood Google very well. So I had an internet presence from the beginning, which I think it gave me an edge. So now I've discovered that I need to catch up, because I did neglect one thing, and that was social media. My YouTube channel, I've had it for 10 years, but all I would do is upload videos that the developers will give me to promote. But recently, and very recently, I'm talking about less than a month ago, I started making my own videos with my co-star, my 9-year-old daughter, Chloe, who wants to be a YouTube star. And she said, "Daddy, please put me on your video." So I said, okay. And I did it, just to please her. And then she turns out to be the star of the videos. In other words, she's outshining me. And
Yeah.
and I'm not kidding. I'm not saying that because she's my daughter. You can go to my YouTube channel, which is at Luxury Listings Miami. So youtube.com at Luxury Listings Miami. And you could see her videos, Chloe. She's done 2 so far. And wow, she's a natural. So now that I'm doing my own videos, my channel grew from 2,700 subscribers to almost 5,000 in a matter of 3 weeks. And my goal is to get to 100,000. So I'm not going to stop until we get there, because I discovered that social media for a professional like me is more than just a vanity thing. It's actually a very good to reach your audience and your customers. And the customers do deserve to have all that information prior to contacting me. So now I'm on board with that.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's a good parallel to when, websites were coming out and you were so on it with the websites. It's just a continuation of that where people are just changing the way that they consume information or they go look for information. But that's amazing that you get to do the channel with her. That must be really fun.
It was by accident. It was funny because I had to, we're in summertime right now. She doesn't start school again until August 14th. She's starting the fourth grade. She's 9 years old, and I couldn't just leave her alone to go do my videos. I said, you gotta come with me. And I told my coworker, hey, I gotta bring my daughter because he goes, oh, that's great. And then on the way, she goes, Daddy, can I be on the video? I really want to be on the video. And I go, okay. And I was like, how's this gonna work? And all of a sudden, she's like, oh my God, I want you in every one of my videos. And she goes, yeah. So it just happened by the grace of God, I guess.
That's amazing. A future YouTuber for sure. I mean, it's impressive. In the matter of a few weeks to gain, to double your following, that's not nothing. YouTube is very hard to crack. So that's really impressive.
No, it is. And the best thing is that I know that she is so charming. And when you have time, just go watch her video
I
at
will, yeah.
youtube.com, Luxury Listings Miami. We uploaded that video less than a week ago, I think 6 days ago. And we have over 7,000 views, almost 8,000 views. Obviously, it's not because I'm cute. It's because she is. And actually, the project that we were presenting is really very impressive.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. I mean, you have so much going on. You have so much to offer people. Talk to us about, when you're working with people, how do you make everyone feel like they're your only client?
Well, I don't really, my goal is not to make them feel like they're my only client because, the people that I work with, they're very intelligent. They're very accomplished. So I never give that information. What I do is I respect their time. When I'm with them, I don't sit there on the phone texting and all that. Unless it's a client reaching out to me, I say, let me call you later. I'm doing a tour. And I have it already automated in my phone. So I just have to one click. But what I do is as soon as I'm done with that client, I call back whoever's trying to reach me because I respect the time that I'm with them. And they know I'm not their only client, but they know also that I will do anything I have to do to make sure they're satisfied. Answer their calls on time, never leave them hanging, even if I'm on vacation. Hey, how you doing? I'm in Italy or whatever. I'm in New York. When I get back, I'll take care of it. And another thing that I do is I offer free concierge service to my clients. Anybody who buys a property from me, chances are it's their second, third, or fifth home. And if they live, like I have clients as far as Istanbul, Turkey. Okay. Right now, one of my clients has a property listed with me. Anything he needs besides real estate, oh, please, can you go here, Bank of America, this or whatever, anything they need, I do for them because they're my clients and they trusted me, and I'm not going to betray that trust.
Yeah, being available, communicative, that stuff goes a long way.
That's the most important thing. The most important thing. They need to know that they can get a hold of you.
Absolutely. And playing kind of in this luxury market for someone who's trying to sell luxury real estate, what's maybe a misconception or something that you have to adjust your strategy to be able to work with these high-end properties?
Kristen, the truth is, I don't know the answer to that with misconception because I'm the type of person that I only focus on the positive. I hear a lot of negatives, actually, this is a very touchy subject because it can get a little bit political. Miami is sinking. Whenever I say that, sometimes it triggers people to get angry. Okay, no, it's not. And I'll tell you something. I remember being 10 years old and going with my next door neighbor and his dad fishing because my next door neighbor was also 10 years old. We all like fishing. Back then, we didn't have a boat. Now I have a beautiful boat and I go out in the Miami waterways and all that. But back then, I just had a fishing pole. So I go with my friend and his dad fishing to the area that today we call Edgewater. Well, it was always called Edgewater, but Edgewater is being developed and they're building some incredible luxury condos there, high rises, and we would fish off the walkway there. Well, I'm talking about, I'm disclosing my age basically, 1971, 1972. The water level is still the same.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Well, you remember casting and catching, fish and buying back and forth just to pass the time. Here we are, 2025. The water level's still the same.
Right.
I mean, this whole thing, I don't know. I really don't know what's behind it. Who would, I hear comments sometimes and, Instagram and stuff like that. Who would want to buy a condo in Miami Beach? It's going to sink in 5 years. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've heard that 20 years ago. I heard that 10 years ago. Still here.
Yeah,
And it will still be here in 20 years and 25 years. Mark my words.
definitely. I mean, I think especially with social media, the internet and all of that, I think it's easy to throw information around that isn't necessarily accurate. And I think there is a lot of fear mongering going on with the market right
There
now.
is.
Yeah.
There is a lot of fear mongering, and the most comical one to me is that Miami's going to be underwater in the next 20 years and all that stuff. And I go, oh my God, really? I hear that. I'm like, right. Okay. So here we are, a developer going for a $500 million construction loan, and sometimes even a billion, because at the States of Aquilina, they got billion with a B dollar construction loan for a development that is in Sunny Isles Beach. So the banker is sitting there with the underwriters and saying, you know what, let's approve this loan to this developer, even though we're going to be underwater in a few years. Does that make any sense? So really smart people are saying BS on that. I call that BS. It's like, come on, it's just people just talk to talk. Everybody's got an opinion, especially today in Facebook and Instagram. It's so easy to opine, insult, be negative. I tried to ignore all that. I tried
Yeah,
to become
absolutely. And tell us more about just the market in general. What's your perspective on it?
the market in general.
Yeah.
I think 2025 is a transitional year because there was I mean, I don't need to repeat this, and I'm not being political by any means, because I try not to do that with my clients or in public. We had a new president, and then the interest rates are high, and then a lot of people were scared about how this whole tariffs things were gonna play out. The stock market took a dump in April. Now it's back up higher than ever, so that is fueling more confidence. So we had a slow period in the last 4 months, but the last 30 days, I'm seeing an uptick in interest and a lot of people wanting to come down to Miami and look again. But that's normal. Real estate has always had a cycle. And the one thing that scares people the most is uncertainty. So when you have uncertainty as to the directions of the interest rate, how are these tariffs going to affect the economy and this and that, sometimes it gives pause. Yes, the last 6 months have been challenging, but nothing new to me. I've been here, done that. After 21 years in the real estate industry, I've seen it all. Nothing new. Actually, worst event that I experienced was back in 2008. I don't need to mention it. Anybody who was around knows what happened. At that time, I was more of a listing agent. I wasn't really in the ultra luxury business. I had 104 listings and nothing was selling because all the banks that people were using went out of business. But that's the past. I don't want to talk about negative stuff. We're not even close to anything like that here, because the quality of the buyers that have been buying in Miami are totally different than the buyers that bought in 2008. Back then, if you had a pulse and you were a Homo sapien, you qualified for a loan. So you had people buying 2 or 3 homes with zero money out of their pocket and stuff like that. It was, for lack of a better word, it was a joke. And at the time, I was pretty new in the industry, so I didn't really realize that until after the fact. And I go, wow. But here we have a lot of people that are buying homes either cash or with 50% down. Like the pre-construction buyers, they have to have at least 50% down by the time the project is completed, because they pay installments, like 20% of contract, 10% when a certain level of construction. So they got skin in the game. Nobody's walking away from 50% equity. That debacle that happened back in 2008 is not possible now. Yeah, I don't buy into all the doom and gloom. Miami's
Yeah,
prices keep going up. They keep going up.
I love that. I love to hear optimism about the market for sure, because there is a lot of negative news being pushed to everybody.
There is, but it's more about area specific.
Hmm. Totally.
But let me reverse that. Miami is almost like an exception to the rest of the country. And again, a lot of people say, what is he talking about? There's a lot, inventory in Miami. Yeah, there is a lot of inventory in certain sectors. Those are not the sectors that I fish in. In other words, my sector is very healthy, which is the ultra luxury. There's still people selling 30, 40, $50 million homes. My market is more between 3 million and 10 million. But I'm trying to get into the 30 and 50 million myself. Of course, the over inventory is in areas that are definitely not the prime areas of Miami that where people actually want to buy. So
Right.
it's like everything else. So real estate is very area driven.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not a one size fits all.
Right. Location.
To kind of wrap this up, what's a piece of advice that you wish you knew at the beginning of your real estate journey?
Persistence removes resistance. Follow up, follow up, follow up. Sometimes you have a good lead, you have a good prospect that eventually would become a buyer, but they reached out to you and maybe they're not quite ready yet. Maybe they're a buyer in a year or 2 years. Don't just forget about them and dismiss them. Just once in a while, call and say hello and say, hey, I'm still here. By the way, a new project came out. You might want to take a look at it. Oh, yeah, I'll be ready next year, but don't dismiss them. Keep them in your database.
Absolutely. I think that's, yeah, great advice. And I remind people again where they can find you.
Well, they can find me at preconstruction305.com if they want to buy pre-construction. But even if they don't, all my information is there. For single family home buyers, luxurylistingsmiami.com.
Amazing. And then your YouTube one more time.
My YouTube channel is YouTube at Luxury Listings Miami.
Amazing. Well, I'm so happy, for you to get this YouTube started, because I think it's going to be great.
Just keep an eye on it, and you're going to see I'm going to hit 100,000
You're gonna
followers, subscribers, I should say. But yeah, within the next year.
I mean, I believe it. I totally believe it. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Kristen. You've been wonderful.
Awesome. And thank you everyone for listening, and we will see you back next time. Bye.
Okay. Excellent. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.